All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to export this. We're going to bring it into Illustrator, and I'm going to show you the basics of how to overlay a line drawing. So it's super easy, like you would probably expect. So got to stop this real quick. I think this probably has enough resolution for us to see the accuracy of the edge a little bit better than the other one at least. So save your image. I'm going to go just like basic, no extra channels or anything because we don't need that at this stage. Oh, I didn't save it. That's fine. I'm just going to drop it on my desktop, I think, for now. Call this overlay A. All right. Get Illustrator open. It'll probably take you guys a little bit to open it if you're following along with me. If you're not, which most of you probably aren't because you don't have this level of a model at this stage. But so just hang tight while Illustrator opens. I didn't do that ahead of time. Hang on. All right, we've got Illustrator open. I'm going to pull my overlay drawing into it. And, well, it's a little oversized, but let's see. Where's my artboard? Okay, so you guys remember how to edit your artboards, right? There we go. Document setup. Go to edit artboard, and I'm just going to, for now, I'm just going to yank this thing to the size of the image, assuming I sized this thing when I rendered it to the correct size, which you all should be doing. But in the absence of that, let's see. Yeah, resolution's looking fine. Okay, so we have some line work out of Rhino that we're going to work with. This line work has already been dropped into, we use Make 1D, or Make 2D, sorry. Yeah, I keep doing that, sorry guys. It's been a long week. So luckily this was modeled accurately, so I can hatch it, and then I can just take the hatching and stuff out with me. I'm going to reselect all that then, and go to File. I'm going to say Export Selected. Switch this to a DWG. You could do Illustrator too if you wanted to, but we don't have like different layers and stuff, so we don't really need to. I'm just going to drop it on the desktop again. Overlay A, DWG, hit OK. Now in Illustrator, there's a much larger conversation to be had about bringing DWG line work into Illustrator. So when you guys are doing Make 2Ds, especially with background geometry, if you have different layers where you have hidden line layers and then object line layers, you need to be careful about how you're bringing it into Illustrator and whether or not you're retaining those layers. But since this is all one layer, we can just place it. So go to your desktop, go to your DWG, hit place, and it brings that geometry in. So it's not perfectly sized at this stage, so we need to do some adjusting. The good thing about Illustrator is when all of those objects come in, they all come in as one sort of selected group, but they're all in the same layer as the background image. So let's create a new layer, and I'm going to change all of my objects here to the new layer. That way, if I need to, I can turn this off, turn it back on. Turn it off, turn it back on. And in case you guys were curious, you know how Rhino has the select all objects on a layer? If you don't recall, and this is going to save your life when you're doing this kind of stuff time and time again, if you want to select everything on a layer in Illustrator, just click this little circle button on the right-hand side. It selects everything on that layer. It's pretty sweet. All right, so then it's just kind of an adjustment. The good thing about this adjustment is that your extents of your base in this particular image is a really easy way to size exactly where you want everything to go. So as long as you get the left and right value proportionally correct, it makes the adjustment of all the rest of the geometry for the entire building reasonably accurate. It may not be perfect. You may still have to do some adjustments. So it looks pretty good up there. As you slide down, you see it's starting to shift, and it shifts about as much as a whole floor plate down here at the bottom. And I noticed that I've got a couple of empty lines there as well. So let's shift that a little bit. That's going to be hard to notch that out. So let me zoom in on this corner a little bit. That's going to be difficult with the alignment stuff going on. There, that should work. So it's kind of a fine-tuning exercise. You can nudge it with the arrows, which helps a lot sometimes. Zoom down to the bottom. Looks like it's more accurate down there. So the only other thing that I want to do here is just make sure that I'm capturing those last two bottom rectangles. I can't really tell how inaccurate it is or why it didn't hatch, but the good thing about it is I can use my live paint and just kind of click into it to hatch it out. Okay, that's the K hotkey, in case you were curious. So Alt on that, and let's just make sure everything looks good. It's all the color that I want, the thickness that I want. So oh, there's one other thing I wanted to do, and that's make sure that the base gets hatched in as well. So I'm going to drag a line across from here to here. Oh, I don't have it selected, so I can't do a live paint. Hang on. Let's do a line from here to there. And let's select everything on this layer, plus that line. Okay. And it should merge. Merge the live paint button. Object. There we go. Turn that to white. Cool. Filled it in. So the stuff that I brought in, it's all cyan right now. I just want everything to be white so I can just see kind of the negative of the cut. And so that's the cut. If you really want to like make it, I guess, more apparent, you can go for like a gray, or, well, this is too gray, so yeah, I guess gray probably wouldn't be a good option. You could select it all and make it black, which might be a little cleaner. And actually black with a white outline looks pretty good, I think, in this case, especially because down here it kind of looks a little amorphous, so I can just draw another white line over top of that corner, and it's going to show the cut a little bit more clearly down there. Where'd that go? Did I lose it? I lost it. White, white. It's on that layer. It is white. There we go. Okay. So, what are your thoughts? Thanks. I tried really hard. So anyway, this is, I think, a really powerful tool for you because you can show the sort of analytics of a building in a much more dynamic way than if you were to just try and cut an actual like drawing section. So this is the kind of stuff that we're trying to get to in this class with the end of this module and the entirety of next module, is that you guys are actually going to be showing, you know, more analytical drawings of your buildings. So in this case, we have sort of our sample building that we're working on, but in the 5th and final module of this class, you're actually going to be doing this for your design class's models. Okay? What questions do you have? Okay, I've got a couple other little things I want to show you periodically, but I think I want to open you guys up to, I want to see your work. And where you're going with your model to make sure that you're getting to the level of complexity that you need to get to by Thursday, because we're going to be wrapping up this project likely on Tuesday. Okay? You may have more time to actually do the renderings, but we're going to have to move into the next module. Well, actually, I'll have to check with you guys on the progress of your design models first, I think. We'll see.